Alright, before we even begin, we need to address the elephant in the room. Battle lines have been drawn for this game. This is either the biggest thing since sliced bread or the biggest poo-poo ever defecated by man. In this video, I am not here to shit on nor praise this game. This is a journey, a history lesson on how we got here. You can't really know where you are going until you know where you have been. Kill the Justice League was a highly anticipated game from Rocksteady, the renowned game development studio who created the legendary Batman Arkham series. Now, I have never played any games in the Arkham series, but I have it on good faith that those games are indeed awesome and Batman approved. I'm just not a big Batman fan. I prefer web slinging, as you can tell. Like I previously stated, Kill the Justice League was a highly anticipated game. So what happened? The year is 2010, where then Chief Creative Officer for DC, Geoff Johns, announced that the game was in development. Several years later, Rocksteady Studios themselves announced in August 2020 that they were making the game and aiming for a 2022 release. However, come March 2022, Rocksteady would drop the bad news that the game would be delayed and would launch in early 2023. So let's fast forward to 2023, especially to the state of play for February of that year. A date that will live on in infamy for Kill the Justice League. Here, we would be getting more gameplay and details for the upcoming video game. States of play, as you all know, have this awe around them. You can taste the excitement in the air. Everyone is sat on the edge of their seats, anxiously awaiting to see what Sony and developers have up their sleeves for the future of gaming. So hype levels are very high. Many, myself included, were eager to see what Rocksteady had cooked up and if they would deliver. Sadly though, hype levels went down faster than the latest crypto coin value. Gamers were not liking what they were seeing. I remember my own reaction to this game. I felt very confused and couldn't see myself playing this. This is basically a looter shooter, and myself personally am not looking to get back into a world of endless grind. I'm already a platinum hunter. I don't need more on my plate. Plus, I had my looter shooter phase with the vanilla Destiny. And I think that's where the disconnect is when it comes to this game. Fans of the Arkham series, when this game was announced, thought that the game would be for them. But it's clear that they are aiming for a different demographic and possibly could be leaving said Arkham fans behind. Rocksteady informing that this would be a live service with a battle pass certainly did not help with things. Live services are everywhere nowadays, a dime a dozen some could say, and if you're going to be stepping into this world, you need to bring something original to pry away gamers from the other more popular live services like Fortnite, to name one. In short, the reveal in the state of play was a disaster. The video was getting downvoted and memed to oblivion. You had to look real hard to find gamers talking positively about this game. 2 months later, Rocksteady would come out and announce that the game had been delayed to February 2024. The reason? Rocksteady wanted more time to iron out bugs and polish certain aspects of the upcoming superhero game. They wanted to polish up the game a bit more so it would meet their high standards. Now, this of course is speculation on my part, but after the backlash of the trailer, I think Rocksteady went into panic mode because, let's recap. You have a game no one has asked for, add in live service, plus battle pass, and that equals an unhappy player base. So Rocksteady goes into overdrive to do several things. Iron out all the bugs in the game, because I have this gut feeling that if the game had launched in May, it would have been plagued with bugs, thus surely sealing the game's fate. Improve or change the gameplay to make it more enticing to players, which in all honesty is a tall task to perform when the game is finished air quotations, and you have less than a year to achieve this. Oh, by the way, did I mention that this game was always online, even on single player? Yeah, that was a genius move, Rocksteady. However, in December 2023, Rocksteady did announce that an offline mode would be added soon after launch. Why not at launch? I don't know. The fact that they didn't think to add an offline mode from the very beginning is just wild to me. The biggest question on everyone's lips was, after all of this, why the hell are Rocksteady, masters at open world single player games, developing a looter shooter a la Marvel's Avengers? Because we all know that went smashingly well. It seemed that everything that could go wrong did for Rocksteady. They already had their plate full trying to win gamers over. One of these ways was their Suicide Squad Insider series on YouTube, where the devs would talk about story, gameplay, mechanics, and the supporting cast. Now, these videos weren't received with open arms, but Rocksteady wasn't going to throw in the towel. Just yet. They were gonna go down fighting, goddammit! But then the leaks happened. Now, don't worry, I'm not going to spoil anything, mainly because I didn't really look into it when this happened, as I was that disinterested in the game, and two, because I don't want to spoil anything for people who want to play this game. But I did see one cutscene on Twitter. Like I said, I won't say what it's about, though it did anger a lot of people. Let's just say they put Kill the Justice League in the title for a reason. Around the second week of January, IGN dropped a hot potato of a video titled, "We've played Kill the Justice League and did not like it." Very subtle, as you can tell. I think we can all agree that no one really takes seriously what IGN have to say, even if you agree with it. Nonetheless, I watched the video. Just to add here quickly, I watched another video before this of another YouTuber who had been flown out to play the game and his thoughts. Seems that both videos are on the same vibe when it comes to this game. Gameplay is both good but has its annoying parts. The story seems pretty solid, though dark, but it doesn't seem to have the legs to carry it as a live service. That being said, both videos had only played the early game. In-game content could be fire and could really change people's mind when it comes to Kill the Justice League. IGN in that video did go on to criticize the Flash boss fight, where the highlights of said criticism is that the Flash, being really fast, you don't know where he is half the time, and you only manage to get a few shots off before he zips off again. Now, as you can imagine, IGN got a lot of flack for this comment, but I understand where he's coming from. If you throw in a bullet spongy boss that speeds around the map, where you can only get a few shots in before he zips off, then you've got a combination for annoying and tedious gameplay. There should have been a mechanic in that boss fight where if you want to go pow against the Flash, it's going to be a bad time, or you can work together with your team and somehow trap him using the surrounding area and objects. That makes for exciting gameplay. The discourse around this game when it launches is going to be entertaining at the very least. So with this all said and done, what do I think is going to happen? Again, this is all speculation, but this is how I think it's going to go down. I think the game will sell well, and I believe that the majority of the players who go into this are just in it for the story, as it does seem to be the strongest part of the game. However, once those end credits roll, the player base is going to take a nosedive. Like I mentioned before, for a game riding on the wave of live service, you got to bring something special to the table. And if the gameplay has its hiccups and isn't as engaging as other live services, you're going to have a big problem really fast. And shooting at purple goo is only fun for so long. Hopefully the crafting of new weapons, the skill tree, the different loadouts and the eventual DLCs make the game something that gamers and fans can come back to. To end off, I would like to speculate even more when it comes to the story and how things will play out. Once again, nothing from the leaks will be mentioned, and everything I talk about has been shown in the trailers for this game. The squad do off some of the heroes in this game, apparently, this being that they are controlled by Brainiac and therefore a threat to the Earth. Add to the fact that the Justice League do commit some hideous crimes, so even if they were somehow saved, they wouldn't be able to live with themselves after finding out what they have done. So what happens? This makeshift squad of anti-heroes manages to save the day by defeating Brainiac while offing Earth's mightiest heroes along the way. I mean, just saying that sentence alone seems silly. Why would you not try and free the Justice League from Brainiac's control, therefore having more manpower to take on Brainiac? This whole strategy seems counterproductive. But anyway, for those who know what Flashpoint is, I believe we are going to get something similar to that game. For those who don't know what Flashpoint is, I'll give you the TLDR. Flash goes back in time to save his mother, and by doing so drastically changes the future of that world for the worst. Awesome comic to read, and DC even put out an animated movie if you're interested. The reason for me thinking this is the following. In one of the trailers, we see the Suicide Squad haul around the Flash's body. I believe the Flash to be unconscious here. To be fair, he could be dead, and they need his body for some sick experiment, but I think he is alive. Towards the end of the game, Flash will wake up and join the squad and help try and take down Brainiac. But seeing as they don't have the manpower to do so, because they offed all the heroes and are extremely outgunned, the Flash will run back in time to try and change this world's future, thus bringing back all the dead superheroes and leaving their potential games and or sequels open. Another theory I have is that this is a multiverse storyline and this is happening on a parallel Earth. We shall see when the game finally drops. But what do you guys think? I'm eager to see those comments. So will Suicide Squad kill the Justice League suck? For the single player experience, I think it will deliver. The gameplay looks to have its moments and is solid and polished enough to have you hooked on for the hours required to finish the story. And Rocksteady are pretty good at delivering a solid story, so here I am mostly confident. When it comes to the live service side, I think it won't be able to stand on its feet for too long, and its player base will start to drop off sooner than expected. Again, who is this game for? Arkham fans don't want a looter shooter, so if they do get this game, they will just be here for the story. They might try out the multiplayer and enjoy it for a while, but they will eventually move on. And for the people who do play looter shooters, is there enough here for them? Is gameplay and the repetition of missions that rock hard that they will keep coming back? From what I've seen and what people are saying after playing this game, I think not. But only time will tell. Thanks for watching and making it this far in the video. Please like, comment, subscribe. Do it multiple times if you can. Thanks again for watching. Go check out my channel and I'll see you all next time. PTR out.